All of you know I'm UK based, so why am I giving you a story from the USA? Because what happens there happens here a little while later. Be warned. Woke kindergarten's leader wants US-Israel destroyed, and she says, "We've been trying to end y'all." I'm Granny Opterix. Well, this is published by Fox News, so whether it's biased or not, whether they're misquoting, you can check that for yourself. It didn't appear that that's what was happening. A Bay Area elementary school is the centre of a firestorm, it says, after it employed the services of an organisation called Woke Kindergarten to train its staff. So this is another example of where an educational establishment has been taking a pressure group, has been using a pressure group to come in and disseminate propaganda in support of the pressure group. They've been doing it with trans activists here. Stonewall have been doing that in schools for quite a while now. Schools, offices, government departments, all that sort of thing. And here we have an elementary school that has managed to find a group calling itself Woke Kindergarten to indoctrinate, well, I don't know, I suppose 4-year-olds? A San Francisco Bay Area elementary school was trained by an organisation called Woke Kindergarten, whose leader wants to see America and Israel destroyed as countries, according to posts on social media. I wonder what this organiser of Woke Kindergarten, having destroyed America, thinks will happen to the society. I mean, if you look at her here, she's dyed her hair pink. The problem is that pink hair dye is a product of a very sophisticated society and a social organisation that allows you to go to hairdressers and bleach your hair and have it treated, because bleaching isn't that good for hair, and then dyeing it pink. It's actually rather attractive, I think. Unfortunately, it's been given a bad name by the heads that are underneath it. But she wouldn't be able to get her hair dyed pink, and she might not even be able to get her T-shirts if American society breaks down. According to the website, the head of the organisation, now, I don't apologise if I mispronounce this name, because I don't think this name is meant to be pronounced properly. I think this is the sort of person who, whatever you do to try to pronounce that name, would correct you in order to gain, a point. Akea Key Gross. Gross. And she is they, them. Oh, so this is more than one person here. It wouldn't surprise me if she had schizophrenia. I'm not saying she does, but it wouldn't surprise me. Who is an abolitionist. So, the slavery in America, you have to be an abolitionist, early educator, cultural organiser and creator. The only thing she appears to be creating is mayhem, but I suppose that's a sort of creation. Currently innovating ways to resist, heal, liberate and create with their pedagogy. Woke Kindergarten. I believe the United States has no right to exist. I believe every settler colony who's committed genocide against native peoples, against indigenous people, has no right to exist. Well, she isn't indigenous, is she? She's obviously of some African heritage. So if the white people go, well, she should go as well. I don't think she's thought this thing through. Maybe it's the pink hair dye that's gone to her head. Soaked through to her brain, maybe? I don't know. But she's definitely not thought this through too well. So she is not that bright. And she has been charged with teaching children. Yeah. Gross's curriculum materials have been used in numerous schools, so it's not just this one here. When I think about a world free of state violence, I think about a world free of the US empire. I think about a world free of Israel. Okay, so, you know, you just get the whole thing about hating whites and hating Jews. It's all part of the same thing, isn't it? Because anyone who says that they don't want Israel to exist is somebody who's saying they don't want Jews to exist. I think that should be pretty obvious by now. I think about land back to indigenous peoples globally. I believe that the original Bushmen in Africa were the original Africans as far as genetics have worked out. And then it was invaded by the Bantu people. Does that mean the Bantu have to go back to wherever in that part of Africa they came from? Just saying, I might have got that wrong. You can check up. I mean, how far back do you want to go? Okay, Gross also believes that there are extraterrestrial beings that are oppressed. Yeah, I'm interested in that. Oppressed by whom? Solidarity with all oppressed beings. That's what I meant. How I feel and what I should have said. Well, she obviously, I don't know quite the context of this, but obviously she shot off her mouth and then realised she got it wrong, so she's shooting off her mouth again. As I said, not somebody who really thinks through what she's saying. Human, non-human, animal and extraterrestrial alike, universally, infinitely, always. Gross posted on Twitter. Just a minute. I'm just going to do a bit of a search. Hang on. I'm interrupting to remind you to click like and to subscribe and share. Also, I'm constantly being told that YouTube removes subscriptions. So please click the notification bell and check that you really are subscribed. All the links to my other channels are in the description, including links to donation sites. I'm always grateful, of course, for donations, but simply clicking like is the best thing you can do for this video and my channel generally. Thank you. Yep, here we are. A quick reference to the Bushmen of South Africa. The Bushmen are the indigenous people of southern Africa, largely hunter-gatherers. It's all down here. Their territory spans several nations and they've called the region home for tens of thousands of years. The tribes are well known for their profound connection they have with their land, for their intimate knowledge of the natural world and the delicate balance they have maintained for millennia with the environment. And here we have an article about South Africa. South Africa's First Nations have been forgotten as Pretoria prepares to confront the legacy of colonial and apartheid-era land theft. Hardly anyone seems to care about the claims of the country's earliest inhabitants, the Khoisan. Now, I suppose that's the click, which I'm not going to try to do because I won't get it right, but I'll just say Khoisan. The Khoisan were the first inhabitants of southern Africa and one of the earliest distinct groups of Homo sapiens, enduring centuries of gradual dispossession at the hands of every new wave of settlers, including the Bantu, whose descendants make up most of South Africa's black population today. I just thought you might be interested in that, because when this person talks about settler colonialism and has to go back to Africa, is she going to agitate for the Bantu to be moved out of South Africa in favour of the indigenous Bushmen? I don't think so. But, well, time will tell. We'll see if that happens when she displaces herself to Africa, having destroyed America and turned the country over to the indigenous people, the American Indians, who I believe came in over a land bridge from Alaska. Well, how far back do you want to go? All right, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Graniopteryx design or Grambo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.graniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share, share, share.